Hello guys, a very good evening to all of you. So guys, we started a new topic in the last class, which is final accounts of a manufacturing entity. So guys, in that we understood that if a manufacturing entity wants to prepare its final accounts, it has to prepare the manufacturing account, it has to prepare then the trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet, right? Guys, the purpose of preparing the manufacturing account is to derive the cost of production, and this cost of production is further transferred to trading account on the debit side. On the debit side, cost of production is nothing but the manufacturing cost. We are transferring the production cost from the manufacturer account to the next trading account. Then in trading account, you know what are all the items that is supposed to be recorded, and then we get the gross profit or gross loss at the trading account stage. This gross profit and gross loss is further transferred to your P&L account, where you record your indirect expenses related to office administration, selling and distribution, right? And then you also record the indirect incomes, right? And then you get profit out of P&L account. There is net profit or net loss, which you transfer to your capital account in the balance sheet. Guys, so let's quickly go through what do we record in the manufacturing account and the trading account. So guys, in the manufacturing account on the debit side, we begin with raw material consumption. Guys, in manufacturing account, divided we are dividing cost into three broad categories. That is material category, labor category, and third is other expenses category. So we have material. Material can be of two types further: direct material, indirect material. Direct material and indirect material. Direct material means are those material which are directly used in the manufacturing process, such as your ingredients for the cakes. The ingredients are the raw materials for the cakes. Second, indirect material is what? Indirect material is basically after you prepare the cake, the box with which you cover or the plastic paper with which you wrap and give it to your customers, right? That box and that what do you call material, plastic material, whatever paper material you attach to it. So that is your indirect material using in the manufacturing process. So this is direct material and indirect material. Then we have, guys, direct labor. Direct labor is the person who's directly involved in the process of manufacturing. So the wages what we pay to the direct labor is something which is a direct labor cost for the manufacturing process. Indirect labor, I gave an example of the salary that is paid or the wages that is paid. Technically not wages, it is salary that is paid to the security guard of the factory, right? Then we have other expenses, guys. Apart from all these expenses, there's so many other expenses that is being used uh, in the manufacturing process. So other expenses also is direct and indirect, which we'll be discussing in next couple of minutes. So these are the three expenses that you record, right? These are three broad category and sub six categories of expenses that we record. Then moving on further, guys, we record the raw material consumption here. That is on the debit side, you record opening stock of raw material, add net purchases, that is purchase minus purchase return. So add net purchase of raw material minus the closing of the raw material, which will give you your cost of raw material consumed, cost of raw material that has been consumed, right? Apart from that, we record the opening stock of WIP, that is the semi-finished product on the debit side of manufacturing account, and we record the closing stock of the work in progress in the credit side of the manufacturing account. Then what do we record, guys? Then we record all the other we have recorded materials, right? So then is direct labor, indirect labor, direct expenses, indirect expenses that is associated with the manufacturing process. This is what is recorded. Going on further to trading account, guys. In the trading account, we record all the expenses that is incurred relation to purchase. So opening stock of the goods, which goods? Finished goods as well as traded goods. Finished goods, guys, that is an only exception that comes to the trading account. All the other items related to finished goods manufacturing is recorded in the manufacturing account. So opening stock of finished goods and closing stock of the finished goods is coming in my trading account. Opening stock of traded goods and closing stock of traded goods comes in my trading account. And all the other expenses related to purchase will be recorded on the debit side of the trading account if you're in a trading business. And then we, of course, we record the cost of production also in the debit side, right? Coming to credit side, you record your sales, selling of traded goods, selling of finished goods. And then we record closing stock of traded goods, closing stock of finished goods. So you get the gross profit or gross loss. Now, guys, we have three questions to be done. First and second question, I'll do it with you today. Third question seems pretty easy. I would want you to take it as homework because it is pretty much like the last time we did a question which had a complete manufacturing account, trading account, and the P&L and the balance sheet. The same way it is the third question. So I would give third question to you as homework. We'll do today first and second question, guys. It says that Mr. Pankaj runs a factory which produces motor spares of export quality, right? So produces, so which means Pankaj is into manufacturing of motor spares. The following details were obtained about his manufacturing expenses for the year ended 31st March 2020. Work in progress, guys. Opening stock and the closing stock. This will go to my manufacturing account. Raw materials. This is your purchase, opening, closing, and return. All this four. You will be taking it to your manufacturing account. Indirect material, guys. Indirect materials which are indirectly used in the manufacturing process. The carton boxes and the plastic material to wrap any product. That is indirect material, which will definitely go to your manufacturing account. Wages, direct labor or indirect, both will go to your manufacturing account. Royalty on production. What is royalty on production? We discussed in the first illustration of this chapter, guys. Royalty on production, which means I would have taken some technology from someone with regard to manufacturing of this motor spares. This motor spares, what we are manufacturing, guys, this technology would have been developed by somebody. We have taken the technology from somebody and we are manufacturing and selling it. So that person who has given us the technology, we have to pay him a royalty on every units what we are producing. We have to give some royalty, an amount to the person who has given us the technology. Because of him, we are manufacturing, selling the products, we are earning profits. A part of the profit, you can say, we are giving it to him, but we don't say it as a part of profit given. Instead, the technical word that is used is royalty will be given to the person who has found this technology. So royalty on production, which is my direct other expenses. This is one of the example of direct other expenses. Then we have repair and maintenance, depreciation on the factory shed. Yes, there's a factory shed, which is my asset. So for that, we need to depreciate. So this is my indirect repair and maintenance of the factory, depreciation of the factory shed, depreciation of plant and machinery. All are working towards the production, manufacturing, but they're indirectly working. So these are all the indirect cost. Next is byproduct at selling price. Now this is what is little bit I wanted to explain. That is the reason I've taken up this question. Can somebody tell me what is byproduct? And can somebody tell me what is the difference between scrap and byproduct? Are these both same? Are these both interchangeable term, or are these both completely different? What do you say, guys? Let's test your knowledge. Are byproduct and scrap both are different, very different from each other, or we can interchange the terms and use it? I can sometimes call it as scrap, or I can sometimes call it as byproduct. Are these interchangeable terms, or are these completely both different?
Different, sir.
Any specific reason, Nandini?
So scrap is not completely, but it is useless. But byproduct may be of some use.
Wonderful, beautiful, guys. The scrap that is generated in the production process, guys, it has got no value per se. It has not got any relevance. Like for I cannot further use that scrap for any other purpose directly. I mean, there's no as such any big market demand for the scrap, except that I sell the scrap for some nominal price. Of course, scrap will fetch me some benefit, some money I get it, but that money is very, very nominal. It has not got any such as such huge demand. Or using that further, I'll be manufacturing anything big. That's not, we don't have such a big demand like that. But guys, when I talk about byproduct in itself has got such a huge demand. This byproduct is further used in so many other, manufacturing processes. Thereby, the value of the byproduct is far more big and larger than the scrap. So what is byproduct? Guys, if you know the process of extracting the sugar from the sugarcane, guys, the sugarcane is crushed, you get the sugarcane juice, and the sugarcane juice is sent through some process in such a way at the end you get the sugar. Guys, in the process of manufacturing the sugar, that is right from the sugar being crushed, the juice being converted, and then you're putting into process, right? When the process is done, the process which is happening, that is from converting the sugarcane juice to the sugar, in between that process there is byproduct getting generated, such as bagasse and molasses. These are the two strong byproducts. Bagasse is again, guys, further used in the market for so many products. This has got a huge demand in the market. Bagasse, molasses, guys, molasses again, if it is I think it is again used by the liquor industry. Thereby this molasses has got huge value. I think from molasses we also generate I think in Hindi we say as good, right? Using molasses, I think they are generating that in Tamil we say vellam, and in Hindi I think we say good, right? So this byproduct has got huge value when I compare to scrap. I will not call this molasses and bagasse as scrap. No, because scrap has got very nominal value. Whereas this bagasse and this molasses, which is we technically called as byproduct, this is getting us huge benefit. It's got huge value in the market, right? So obviously this byproduct at selling price is 20,000. So we are selling this byproduct. It will help us to reduce the cost of production. Again, like scrap guys, will definitely record on the credit side of the manufacturing account, right? Now, next is you're required to prepare the manufacturing account of Mr. Pankaj for the year ended 31st March 2020. Fairly straightforward question, guys. Do you want me to do it now or is it manageable by all of you? Let's do it now. Hardly it'll take 10 minutes. Let's do it. Yes, what will be the heading? What will be a starting point? In the books. Yes, in whose books we are preparing? In the books of Pankaj, correct? In the books of Mr. Pankaj. What are we trying to prepare? We are trying to prepare manufacturing account. Manufacturing account, guys, that right full form, all right? Manufacturing account for the year ended 31st March 2020. So guys, debit, credit, format is very, very important. Please do not miss on the format. Particulars, rupees inner column, rupees outer column. Again, particulars, rupees inner column, rupees outer column. Now guys, WIP, opening WIP and closing WIP. So opening WIP, 3,90,000 rupees. Closing WIP is recorded on the credit side of manufacturing account, which is 5,07,000 rupees. 5,07,000 rupees. So guys, this is recorded. This is recorded. Then purchase, guys, purchase raw material. So I need to record to raw material, to more raw material consumed or to raw material consumption. So how do we get this? Opening stock of raw material. With this, you add purchase. You add purchase of raw material, right? Then you minus purchase return, guys. This purchase return given very clearly in the question. So minus purchase return. Minus purchase return of raw material minus closing stock of raw material. Yes, purchase is 12,10,000 rupees. Can somebody please tell me the values? 12,10,000 rupees.
So opening inventory is 3,02,000.
So add purchase. Sorry. Yeah, right. Guys, have to be very careful here. See the order they have changed. You know, it's purchase first and the openings. And sometimes we have the habit of taking the first value as it is. So this mistake we should not happen, guys. You have to have the complete concentration. Little bit of diversion here and there, due to any reason, can cause problem. So opening stock 3,02,000 rupees. Opening stock of raw material 3,02,000 rupees. Add purchase of raw material, which is 12,10,000 rupees. 12,10,000 rupees. What is my purchase return, guys? 18,000 worth goods has been returned, minus 18,000. Now guys, 3,02,000 is my opening stock of raw material plus 12,10,000 minus 18,000. What are we getting? 3,02,000 plus 12,10,000 minus 18,000. Guys, are you all getting 14,94,000? Are you all getting 14,94,000? This is the total cost of raw material that we have invested into. This is the total raw material of cost which we have invested into. Guys, can I take entire 14,94,000 as my cost? In that, guys, out of 14,94,000, 3,10,000 worth raw material is still in my godown. As per the matching concept, guys, the matching concept very clearly says that on the debit side, you should record only those expenses which has contributed in earning my revenue. Obviously, the revenue we record in the trading side, trading account credit side, that is the fixed goods what we manufacture, no, that we sell. We're talking about that only. So only from 14,94,000, guys, 3,10,000 if I minus the closing stock, which is 11,84,000 worth raw material has only contributed in earning my revenue. So as per matching concept, guys, we have to minus closing stock of raw material from your overall costing so that you get that expenses which is contributed in earning and revenue. We have discussed this in detail in 11th standard, 12th standard, again in the CA foundation. So guys, 11,84,000 is the cost of raw material consumed, which has been contributing in earning the revenue. Guys, till this everybody's clear? Moving on further, guys, moving on further. Then we have wages. Okay, indirect material. Guys, we can first finish recording all the direct part because the initial part is representing material. So opening WIP is direct material. Raw material is also part of direct material. So let's complete the direct part. So direct material is completed. Now, guys, direct labor. Do we have any direct labor in the question? Yes, direct labor, 2,10,000 rupees, 2,10,000 rupees. So to direct labor, 2,10,000 rupees. Let me repeat one more time, guys. In this manufacturing account, you have three broad categories: material, labor, and other expenses. So again, these three is further subdivided into two each. So now what we are recording here, guys, from here to here, what we have recorded, this is nothing but your direct material part. This is your direct material part. Now next we are recording direct labor. We have finished recording your direct labor. Now we'll be recording our direct expenses. So please tell me, guys, looking at this question, what is my direct expense?
1,30,000.
Guys, can I say royalty on production? Because this is directly associated with production, which means what? If production happens, this will happen. How can I say, guys, what is the difference between direct and indirect? Direct are those things. If I incur this cost, only then the production will happen. Without raw material, I cannot do production. So these are directly related. Without this, I cannot do production. If there are no labor who is working directly on the manufacturing or processing, then where will I get the end product? So direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses are those expenses which by not incurring, you cannot do your production. If you stop incurring these expenses, your production will stop. So direct expenses, this royalty is directly linked to production. If production happens, royalty will come. If production doesn't happen, royalty will not come. But it is not the case of repair, maintenance, and depreciation. Indirect expenses will happen whether the production is going or not, whether the production is happening or not happening. I'm talking about indirect other expenses. Repair and maintenance will happen. Depreciation will happen. Whether it is factory shed or plant and machine, it will still happen. Right? So I hope you're getting the clarity between direct and indirect. So guys, two direct expenses, which is nothing but royalty on production. And the value is, guys, 1,30,000 rupees. 1,30,000 rupees. Apart from this, guys, is there any other direct expenses given? No. Okay. So this is my direct expense, guys. This is my direct expenses. So I've completed my direct part. Now let's do indirect. So guys, indirect material, do we have in question? Yes. So to indirect material, what is the nature of material? They have not given. They've directly given the classification. So to indirect material, which is 48,000 rupees. This is 48,000 rupees. This is nothing but your indirect material. Then guys, do you have any indirect labor? Yes.
Sir, it is 16,000.
What did I write? Okay, I've recorded indirect labor. Okay, so 16,000. This is 16,000. Okay. So we have two indirect labor. This is your indirect labor, which is 48,000, right? Yes. 48,000 is your indirect labor, right? Then what are we left with, guys? We are left with indirect expenses. We are left with indirect expenses. So to repair and maintenance, to repair and maintenance, guys. R&M short form will not work out. You have to write the full form. 2,30,000 rupees. 2,30,000 rupees. You can write in the inner column. Then 2 depreciation on factory shed. Full form you have to write, guys, which is 40,000 rupees. And 2 depreciation on plant and machinery, which is how much? 60,000 rupees. So total is 60 plus 40 is 1 lakh. 1 lakh plus 230 is 3,30,000 rupees is my total indirect expenses. Indirect expenses. Total indirect expenses. Guys, then I'm left with what? I'm left with byproduct. Byproduct. This will reduce my cost of production. So anything which you want to, which you want to have the impact of reduction in the cost of production has to be written on the credit side. So by sale of byproduct, which is 20,000 rupees. 20,000 rupees. Now please calculate and tell me what is the cost of production. What is my total cost?
23,08,000, so total.
23,08,000 rupees is the total cost of production. Total cost. Okay. In that, this 5,07,000 worth, work in progress has not contributed directly in selling the finished products. So I will minus that, and 20,000 is my kind of income. So this will reduce my cost of production. So if I minus these two, what is the balance you're getting?
17,81,000.
17,81,000, which is by trading account, which means you have to transfer this to your trading account. This is nothing but cost of production, or you can say manufacturing cost. This is transferred to your trading account. So this is your manufacturing account, guys. This is your manufacturing account for 5 marks, I guess. I think not more than 5 marks. Easy, difficult. Guys, easy, difficult.
Easy, sir.
Easy, sir.
Okay, guys, now let's go ahead with the second question. Now, when I look at this question, it sounds to me more like solving a puzzle, guys. So the second question, do not take it as a question per se, at the CA level. You can just take this as a game, just enjoy this entire process. It's more like, solving a puzzle where they'll give you certain information. Based on that, you have to find certain missing information, and using that found out missing information, you'll further find out the more missing information. So it is more sort of a game. It is very interesting. Let's do it, guys. It says that following are the manufacturing account, creditors account, trading account provided by Mrs. Shivi related to 2019 and 20. So guys, Shivi has already calculated the manufacturing account. That is, they prepared the manufacturing account, creditors account, and trading account. Everything is done. So they want to play with you. How do they play? In those 3 accounts, whatever they've prepared, they'll erase certain things and give you some additional information. So using that additional information, you have to prepare the missing information. And further using those missing information and further additional information, you have to find out the remaining missing information. Right? So this is the game. There are certain figures missing from these accounts. There are certain figures missing from these accounts. So they've given you, if you look at, they've given you the raw material account, creditors account, manufacturing account. Okay. And if you see here, in the raw material part, guys, this is blank. This is blank. This is blank. And creditors account, guys, creditors account. If you look at the creditors account, guys, there is no total. Total is missing. And debit side and credit side is not matching. So which means there should be something which is coming here. What it is, we don't know. We have to see. Then they've given manufacturing account where this is missing. Okay. Then additional information, guys. It says that purchase of machinery worth 10 lakh. Machinery worth 10 lakh has been omitted. Machinery are chargeable at a depreciation of 10%. Guys, machinery is something which is indirect expenses in the manufacturing process. This 10 lakh into 10%, which is 1 lakh should have been recorded in the manufacturing account. So here they have recorded 2 lakh. So they're telling that machinery worth 10 lakh has been omitted to be recorded. So obviously, can I say this depreciation, what they have calculated leaving apart this 10 lakh worth machinery. So on this 10 lakh, I'm supposed to calculate depreciation and I have to add that 1 lakh worth depreciation to this. Okay, done. Wages include the following. Wages means what? This information. They're telling wages of 3,50,000 include paid to factory workers 3 lakh rupees. Paid to factory workers is fine. Paid to labor at office. They're paying wages to the labor at office. Yes, this is administration cost. Where should this cost go to? Where should this go to?
P&L.
It should go to P&L. But what have they recorded? They have recorded the wages in the wages account. So from this 350, can I minus 50,000 rupees? Guys, make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next. Direct expenses. Direct expenses. Acha, they're talking about this now. So direct expenses include following. Electricity charges of 80,000, of which 30,000 pertain to office. 30,000 is for office. So where will I record this EB charges for office, guys?
P&L account.
P&L account. Where have they included this? In the manufacturing account. So 30% of this 80,000, I have to minus it from the manufacturing account and take it to the P&L account. Fuel charges 20,000, I have no problem. Freight inward, raw material. Because we are not in the business of trading, so obviously they would have purchased raw material. For that raw material, to bring that raw material inside the factory, they would have given the transportation charges, which is freight inward. So this can be in my manufacturing account, no problem. Delivery charges to customer, distribution expenses. Where will this go to? This is distribution expenses. Selling, distribution, administration expenses. Where does it go?
P&L, sir.
It goes supposed to go to P&L account, but they have recorded in the manufacturing account. See, you're required to prepare the manufacturing account and raw material account. These are the two accounts which they are asking us to prepare. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. In the books of Mrs. Shivi, in the books of Mrs. Shivi, what does we preparing? Manufacturing account. This is manufacturing account. Manufacturing account for the year ended. What is the year ended, guys? Can I say 31st March 2020?
Yes, sir.
Debit, credit. Particulars, rupees inner column, rupees outer column. Particulars, rupees inner column, rupees outer column. Yes, apart from this, we are supposed to also prepare the raw material account, correct? Raw material account. Debit, credit. Particulars, rupees. Particulars, rupees. Okay. Now, guys, let's document the manufacturing account. Say, guys, manufacturing account, the first point is to raw material consumed, which you have to find out. Okay. So to raw material consumption. This we have to find out. So let's keep it pending. Wages, guys, 2 wages, 350. Guys, this 2 wages, is this correct or not correct? Yes, wages is totally 3,50,000 rupees. But in that, you have to minus 50,000 worth expenses that is pertaining to what? Labor at office. So minus office labor, which is 3,50,000 minus 50,000, guys. So your total wages at the factory level is 3 lakh rupees. Guys, total wages that is accounted in the manufacturing account is 350. In that 3 lakh pertains to the factory and 50,000 pertains to the office. So guys, all the expenses related to administration of the business has to be recorded in my P&L account. So I'll minus it, guys. I'll minus it from the factory, that is manufacturing account, and I will add it to the P&L account. That's what we've done it. So guys, you can do like this also, or in the textbook, what they've done is they've given a separate working note. They've done a separate working note. You can do like that also. It is up to you, not a problem. Right, wages worth 50,000 will be excluded from the manufacturing account as they are pertain to office and hence will be charged to P&L. Now guys, this note is very important because if you just minus as 50,000 rupees, they'll not have a clarity as to why you minus. So if you want to ensure that you don't miss out on any marks, it is better, guys, you have to make this answer. They are expecting that. Why are you minusing this? So this statement is very much required, guys. Wages worth 50,000 will be excluded from the manufacturing account as they pertain to office and administration expenses to be recorded in the P&L account. So this point is very, very important, guys. You need to give explanation as to why are you adding something and why are you minusing something. So am I clear with this or not?
Yes.
Then further, if you look at the question, guys, to depreciation, 2 lakh rupees was already there in my manufacturing account. The question says that 10 lakh worth machinery they omitted to record. If they omit to record 10 lakh worth machinery, obviously on that machinery they would not have calculated depreciation. But you and I, both of us, know that this machinery has indirectly contributed in the manufacturing. So we have to definitely record the additional depreciation. So to add depreciation on 10 lakh rupees, guys. 10 lakh into 10 by 100. 10 lakh into 10 by 100. You can show the workings here. So 1 lakh rupees you further add, guys. Therefore, your total depreciation cost is 3 lakh rupees. You can do it here so that you save time. In the textbook, what they have done is they have made a note here. Since purchase of machinery 10 lakh has been omitted, the depreciation on the omitted machinery is worth 1 lakh rupees. So the correct depreciation is 3 lakh. You can do it here or you can do it in the working note directly. Not a problem. There we don't have to give much of explanation. So directly, if you can do it here also, no problem. In bracket, you can mention as additional. 1 lakh rupees. So your total depreciation cost is 3 lakh rupees, guys. 3 lakh rupees. Then coming further, guys, wages is taken care, depreciation is taken care, direct expenses 2,44,000, guys. So two direct expenses. 2,44,000 rupees. I have problem with this amount. This entire amount is not related to the manufacturing process. The question says that 80,000 is the total electricity charges. That is the total expenses of direct expenses 244. In that 244, 80,000 is towards electricity. Out of this, 30% is pertaining to office. So 80,000 into 30% is how much? 24,000 rupees. This is pertaining to office. So I have to eliminate this from the manufacturing account and add it to the P&L account. So less minus electricity charges office minus electricity charges, right, in full form, guys, office. How do you calculate this? 80,000 into 30 by 100. So minus 24,000 rupees. Minus 24,000 rupees. So it is not yet done. Further question says that this this 2,44,000 of direct expenses also include, they're telling direct expense includes these four. I have no problem with this. I have no problem with these two. The last one I have a problem. They includes delivery charges of customer, 20,000 rupees. Delivery charges to customer, 20,000 rupees. So I should take this to your P&L account. So minus delivery charges, 20,000 rupees. Now tell me, guys, what is your net expense? Net direct expenses, or the direct expense that is pertaining to the manufacturing account. How much it is? 2 lakh rupees. 24 plus 20 is 44. 244 minus 44 is 2 lakh rupees. 2 lakh rupees is my direct expenses. Done, guys. So I've taken care of this point. I've taken care of this point, and I've taken care of this point, right? So all the three additional information is taken care. Okay. Coming again, guys. Coming back here. Now they've given this trading account, guys. By trading account 17,94,000. What does this mean? Can somebody tell me?
Cost of production.
Cost of production. How did you get cost of production? Can I say it is nothing but raw material consumed plus wages plus depreciation plus direct expenses? If I add all the four together, you get your cost of production. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So which means when they calculated this cost of production, they very well knew what is the raw material consumed. So when this question was given to us on purpose, they have deleted raw material consumption to check whether we are capable to do the reverse working and solve this question. So guys, the 17,94,000 is coming by adding all this. Adding all this. Do you all agree in that? In that there is no change, right? Are we on same page? The 17,94,000, which is the cost of production or the manufacturing cost, is coming by adding all these four items. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But do you agree with me? We have changed these three figures. Some we have added, some we have subtracted. We have done some changes in these three figures. When I do this changes in these three figures, don't you think that this also needs to undergo change? We have not done any changes in the raw material consumed part. Guys, we have not done a single change in the raw material consumed part. So whatever was the before, before we solved whatever was the raw material consumed, the same raw material consumed is now, we believe that. We have only touched three things: wages account, depreciation account, and direct expenses account. So if I touch these three accounts, don't you think that to that extent, your trading account, that is your cost of production, also should go for a change?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, I want answer from everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So whatever you subtracted on the debit side, can I see you'll subtract on the credit side also? Whatever you added on the debit side, can I see you'll add it on the credit side also? Whatever again you subtracted here also, you'll add here also. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. By trading account, that is your cost of production. This is nothing but your cost of production. Total value of cost of production is 17,94,000, guys. 17,94,000 rupees is the total value. Now, guys, you reduced the office labor. On the debit side, if you're reducing the expenses, don't you think that your cost of production also will come down? Logically, let's talk. Guys, from the wages, you have minus 50,000 rupees. Your expense is coming down. If your expense is coming down, can I say your cost of production will also come down? Has to come down.
Yes, sir.
Minus office labor, 50,000 rupees. Guys, on the debit side, you added 1 lakh rupees and increased your expenses to the extent of 1 lakh rupees. Guys, if depreciation increase, can I see your cost of production also will increase? Depreciation is the expense. If expense increase, cost of production also should increase. So add depreciation, 1 lakh rupees. Whatever changes you have done on the debit side, same changes on the credit side. Because ultimately, whatever you did on debit will have to reflect on the cost of production. Further, guys, direct expenses, you have subtracted easy because 24,000 rupees electricity charges is pertaining to office. So my cost of production should come down. My cost of production also should come down. So minus EC. When you calculated this trading account, that is 17,94,000, you took into consideration the entire 80,000 EC. Guys, when you calculated the 17,94,000 cost of production, you took into consideration full 80. But now you realize that out of 80, 24,000 pertains to office. So I need to minus it. So therefore, from cost of production also, it will automatically get minused. Guys, why are we doing this on purpose? Why are we minusing it by ourselves? Because we don't have the raw material consumption part. If I do this, guys, you don't have to actually do this plus or minus. In the raw material consumption, there is no problem. I'll add this automatically. I'll get the updated cost of production. But the problem is I don't have the raw material consumption with me. So I'll find the revised cost of production, and using the revised cost of production and other expenses, I'll find this as a balancing figure. Guys, are you able to follow? What are we doing? Until previous questions, we never calculated the cost of production on the credit side. The cost of production was a result of adding something on debit and minusing something on credit. But here, I don't have that privilege because I have to find out raw material consumption. How will I find raw material consumption? You getting my point? So for that purpose, whatever the changes is reflected on the debit side, I have to reflect the same changes in the COP. Yes, are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then you reduced your delivery charges because in the direct expenses of 244, 20,000 expense of delivery was included. Then you realize that no, this is the manufacturing, this is not the manufacturing expense, it is my office expense. So you minused it. So when you minus it from the direct expenses, guys, it will reduce my cost of production. It is supposed to reduce my cost of production. So minus delivery charges, how much? 20,000 rupees. Now please tell me, guys. Now please tell me, what is the revised cost of production you're getting? What is the revised cost of production?
18 lakhs. Sir.
Are you all getting 18 lakh rupees as the revised cost of production?
Yes, sir.
18 lakh rupees is the revised cost of production. This is the total, guys. This is the total. Now from that, you minus all the other expenses, guys, in such a way that the balance will be on the debit side, raw material consumption. From 18 lakh minus all these expenses, guys. Let's see what is the raw material consumption we're getting. Sorry?
10 lakhs.
10 lakh rupees. 10 lakh rupees is the raw material consumption. Guys, prior preparing to the statement, my raw material consumption was 10 lakh, and after changes also my raw material consumption is 10 lakh, because guys, in raw material consumption, we did not make any adjustments. In the debit side, we made adjustment to wages, depreciation and labor, and the impact of that has been given to trading account. So RMC, before the preparation of this manufacturing account and after the preparation of manufacturing account, was always same. That is, when this manufacturing account was prepared, the raw material consumption here would have been 10 lakh only. If you don't believe, calculate and tell me, guys. 10 lakh plus 350 plus 2 lakh plus 244 is how much? Is it coming up to 17 lakh 94,000? Please add and tell me.
Yes, sir.
So RMC, there was never a change. You added something here, so we added here. You minused here, we minused here. So net impact is zero. There is no impact in the RMC account. So RMC before and after the preparation of manufacturing account, or before or after adjustment, is same. We never touched RMC by any way. I hope I'm making sense and I'm able to give you logically the answers. So guys, sir, RMC is 10 lakh rupees, raw material consumption. Raw material consumption. They've asked us to prepare the raw material account, guys. Raw material account. This is like your stock account. Stock account. You've prepared in the NPO, guys. So here it will be to opening stock of raw material. To opening stock of raw material. One second, wait. What information they have given? Let's see first. If I talk about raw material, guys, raw material, yes, opening stock is given. So to opening stock. Opening stock of raw material is 1 lakh rupees. To creditors account. To creditors account. What does creditors account represent here, guys? Yes, raw material, debit side. If I have to give you a view of what raw material account is, nothing but, tell me, guys, in trading account. In trading account, what do we prepare? Opening stock plus purchase and closing stock. So that this is nothing but opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. This part alone of raw material, we are reflecting in form of a ledger account. Right? So opening stock of raw material 1 lakh, creditors, that is credit purchase, is missing, guys. We have to find out that. Raw material consumption. So by raw material consumption, can I say raw material consumption is working note number 2? 10 lakh rupees, guys. We just found out the raw material consumption. Yes or no? Guys, in the manufacturing account, we just calculated raw material consumption. And by closing stock of account, by closing stock of raw material is again missing. Guys, in here, I have total 4 information. In that, for me to calculate or complete this ledger, I should have at least 3 information. So I need to either find out this or either find out this in such a way that I find out the remaining missing figure. Now, please look at the question, guys, and tell me what hint is available to me. All the additional information I've exhausted. All the additional information I've exhausted. Now, what am I left with? I'm left with only creditors account. Guys, creditors account. What is creditors account? Opening balance, guys. Creditors is liability. Liability's got credit balance. So the opening balance will come on the credit side. They have given the opening balance. On creditors account, what do we record, guys? If you remember, We did single entry in 12 CBSE, even in 12 state board. I think single entry was done in 11 CBSE and 12 state board. Yes. We prepare the total Creditas account and total debtors account. So in Creditas account, what do you record on the credit side? We record all those transactions which will increase my liability. Guys, Creditas is my liability balance. So to increase liability as per modern approach, you have to give a credit, and to decrease, you have to give a debit. So in credit side, you will come across all those items which will increase your credit balance, and debit, you'll record all those items which will decrease your debit balance, right? So by balance brought down 15,000 to bank, which means you made the payment to creditor. So your creditors balance is reducing and balance carried down. So if you look at the total, guys, if you look at the total creditors account, let's prepare the creditors account. By balance carried down is given, which is 15 lakh rupees. They've given you the payment, guys. 15 lakh rupees is the amount you owe to creditor, and the amount that you paid is 22 lakh rupees. 22 lakh rupees you've paid, and still there is a balance. Still there is a balance of 6 lakh rupees which you're further yet to pay. Now you should ask yourself a question: when the opening balance is only 15, why the hell I have paid 22? And why the hell there is still balance remaining? Why? Because during there you would have made certain other credit purchases which has increased your liability. That is missing here. So your total exposure, your total liability during the year was 30 lakh rupees, of which 15 lakh rupees pertain to the previous year, and remaining 15 lakh rupees is the additional credit purchase you have done in the current year. So by credit purchase, by credit purchase, this is nothing but raw material purchase, raw material purchased. 15 lakh rupees worth raw materials you have purchased on credit. So 15 lakh rupees is the balance of the previous year. Current year you further purchase another 15 lakhs worth raw material on credit basis. So your total exposure is 30 lakh rupees. Out of this 30 lakh rupees, 22 lakh rupees you have settled to the creditor. You have settled this to the creditor. Remaining 6 lakh is yet to be paid. So guys, creditors purchased is given. I have found this information. This has to be transferred to the raw material account. Guys, this is the working note number 3. 15 lakh rupees is the credit purchase. Opening stock plus creditor minus closing stock will give me raw material consumption, guys. Opening stock of raw material, which is 1 lakh rupees. 1 second, Kana. Let me complete. Opening stock of raw material plus add net purchases of raw material, which is 15 lakh rupees. This is the total value of the money that I've invested in the raw material, which is how much? 16 lakh rupees. Okay, the 16 lakh throughout is not contributed in my earning revenue. Out of this, there's certain closing stock of raw material which is there, which is not contributed in earning that revenue. So cost of the closing stock has to be minus from the total cost. This is my total cost of raw material. This entire total cost is not contributed in earning the revenue. So there's still some closing stock which is pending in the godown. So cost of that I have to minus, and then you'll get what? And then you'll get what? Cost of raw material consumed. And that is given as 10 lakh rupees, guys. Now you have to do the reverse working. You have to do the reverse working. So guys, can I say if I take the difference between these two, I'll get my closing stock of raw material. This particular statement, guys, instead of putting in a statement format, they've put it in the ledger format. Yes, accounts is what? All about statement being converted to the ledger accounts. For instance, when we prepared our profit, what do? Total revenue minus total expenses you do, and you get your profit. So we, instead of calculating in statement format, what did we do? We started preparing ledger format. We recorded revenue here, we recorded expense here. The difference we got is profit. Same way this also, guys. Instead of statement format, we are doing it in the ledger format. Big deal. So this raw material account, the purpose of opening raw material account is actually to find out the RMC. So if I go in a straight way, I record opening stock, I record my credit purchases, from there I minus the closing stock in order to get my raw material consumption. Guys, in the previous question, you did the RMC in the statement format. So you can do this in the another way. If you don't want to do this workings within the manufacturing account, you can open separate raw material account, record the opening stock, record the net purchases, record the closing stock. You will get the consumption. Record the consumption directly in the manufacturing account. The way they have done it here. Yes, in the manufacturing account, you see, they have directly recorded the raw material consumed. They did not do opening stock of raw material, add purchases, minus closing stock. If you see, this is also manufacturing account. So you can do both the ways. If you want to show the presentation within the manufacturing account, you're welcome. If you want to show it separately outside as a working note in form of a ledger, that is also allowed. So here, this raw material consumption 10 lakh, how did you get? Opening stock was of raw material. With that, I added the credit purchase of raw material and I minus the closing stock of raw material. When I do that, automatically I get the RMC. But here, the game is different. They're playing a quiz with us. They're playing a puzzle with us. So what they've done is they've given the RMC and they're asking us to find the closing stock. So which we have found out to be 6 lakh rupees, guys. So raw material closing stock is 6 lakh rupees. So total cost of raw material, 1 second, Kanan. The total cost of raw material is 16 lakh. From that closing stock of raw material 6 lakh, if I minus, I'm getting the cost of raw material consumed 10 lakh rupees. So therefore, this is the balancing figure. The raw material account is the balancing figure, which is 6 lakh rupees. Yes, boss, somebody called me.
So credit purchases is 13 lakhs.
1 second. 22 plus 6 is 28, is it? Oh my God, I made a blunder. So that's what you're trying to intend, is it? Okay, sorry, my mistake. So 28 lakh, and this is what, guys? 13 lakh. Okay, so credit purchase is 13 lakh. So coming back, this will also be your 13 lakh. This is 13 lakh. So let me change it here also. It is 13 lakh. So 10 plus 13 is how much? 23. 23 minus 10 is?
So opening stock is 1 lakh.
So 15 plus 1 is 16 lakh, correct? No, 13 plus 1, 14 lakh. Sorry. 14 lakh, right? So 1 lakh plus 14 lakh is 15 lakh rupees is the total cost of raw material. But actual consumption is 10 lakh. So can I say remaining is 5 lakh? Now is it correct?
So purchases is 13 lakh.
Good attentive, huh? So 1 lakh plus 13 is 14. 14 minus 10 is 4 lakh. Now finally it is correct?
Yes, sir.
Total on the both side is 14 lakh, guys. Total on the both side is 14 lakh rupees. The requirement of the question was, guys, to prepare the manufacturing account and the raw material account, which we have done it. So this is my raw material account, guys, and this is my manufacturing account. Any doubts in this, guys? Any doubts in this? Conceptually, are you clear? I don't want anybody to buy hard, guys. If you buy hard, trust me, it will not help you because this question can be twisted anyway in the exam and it can be asked. So if you're by hearting now, and if I give a twist in this question, what will you do? Yes, are you able to follow what I'm saying? Now let me give you one small twist. Let's suppose on the, I'm just telling you roughly, okay? I'm just trying to twist a question a little bit so that you get a perspective, guys. 17,94,000 rupees is your cost of production, which is given in question, right? And let's suppose in question, they have given you some income here, other income of, let's suppose, 94,000 rupees. In the additional information, like this is the question, guys. This is the question. This is the manufacturing account. Okay, this is given in question. This amount is given. This amount is given. In additional information, they're telling that this 94,000 is income of commission. It is income from commission. It is commission income. Now tell me, guys, what will you do? If I have to prepare the answer here, if I have to prepare the proper manufacturing account, let's suppose on debit side, there is no mistakes. There's no mistake on the debit side. If I have to prepare the revised manufacturing account, what will you do, guys? Other income is 94,000. You will put it in inner column. Other income is 94,000. You will minus this 94,000. Yes or no? and make your other income 0? Yes or no? Because this has to go to your P&L account. So you'll minus it from the manufacturing account and take it to the P&L account. This will be the first step. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And can I say, if you remove this other income of 94,000 rupees, your cost of production will go up or come down? Think and answer. When I spoke about expenses, I told you what and all you will plus here, you will plus here also. What you will minus here also. That is only in the case of debit transactions. Guys, understand, if the expenses, if I'm recording any expense on debit side, it will increase my cost of production. So I have to plus, there is no other way. And on the debit side, on the expense side, if I reduce any expenses, it will decrease my expense. So I have to minus. So don't go with the logic of plus and minus, go with the concept. If expense is reducing here, then your cost of production, overall cost of production also will come down. If your expenses is going up, your overall cost of production also will go up. Now, other income, guys, other income, if I record in my manufacturing account, it has got the tendency to decrease my cost of production. If I eliminate this other expenses, guys, if I eliminate the other expense, cost of production will go up or go down? Should go up or should go down? Logically, tell me logically, if I eliminate the other income from the manufacturing account, the overall cost of production will go up or come down?
Go up, sir.
Who's
Go
saying
up,
go up?
sir.
Who's saying go up?
Sir, Nandini.
Okay, Nandini says and Pratiksha says goes up. Others? Go up or come down? Others? All of you silent. What are you thinking? It's pure logical. It is very logical what I'm talking. Guys, if your income goes out, if your expense is eliminated, what will be the impact on the cost? Guys, it will naturally go up, no? Guys, this 94,000 rupees has got the impact of reducing the COP. So when you eliminate this 94,000, your COP will go up, cost of production will go up. So to increase my cost of production, what should I do? Add 94,000 rupees. Add 94,000 rupees. So 17 lakh 94,000 plus 94,000 is how much? ₹18 lakh 88,000 rupees. Am I correct? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
But look at the psychology, how the institute can play, okay? Or anybody, the person who's who's framing the question, look at the psychology, how it can play. See, here it is 94,000 rupees. And here also it is 94,000 rupees. So people have the tendency, okay, 1794 is given and this 94 is given. So obviously I should minus 94 from that in such a way that I'll get, 17 lakh rupees. This is how your psychology will drive you. That is the reason on purpose they give the same figures. So guys, don't get driven by that way. Don't get driven by that way. Always, logically think. Logically think. Guys, here if you see, in the other income, if you have subtracted, in cost of production is the opposite symbol. So on the credit side, if you plus, guys, with COP, it will become minus. And on credit side, if you minus something, on COP, it will become plus. And with regard to debit, guys, if anything you're minusing in the expenses, your COP also have to minus. If anything you are adding in the expenses, you have to add in COP. So debit side, the symbol will be same. In credit side, it will be opposite. Like this. Am I clear with what I'm saying? This is another way of twist they can give in the question. So guys, conceptually doing these kind of questions only will work you. Please do not buy heart at any point of time. If you have any doubts in understanding why certain things coming in debit and why certain things coming in credit at conceptual level, if you're not clear, please ask me. I'll be ready to explain you even 10 times. Guys, have you all understood this point, whatever I mentioned? I want answer from everybody. Everybody, guys, no energy. Let's bring some energy.
Understood, sir.
One person is understood.
Understood, sir.
Others?
Understood, sir.
Brilliant, fantastic. So guys, this question, did you like it? Is it challenging or not challenging?
It is, sir.
It is challenging, right? So now you're left with third question, guys. Third question, please go through and tell me, is it manageable by yourself or do you want to do it? They've given the trial balance, guys. They've given the trial balance. I find it pretty straightforward. But if you have any doubts as to why is certain things coming in certain way, you can always reach out to me, guys. You can always reach out to me. So is this question doable by yourself? I have a very strong feeling. I'm not sure. I'm having a pretty strong feeling that at least one question from this topic will either be questioned in July 24th attempt, that is July attempt, or at least in November attempt. I have a strong feeling. I don't know why. What do you say, guys? Right? So yes. So please take your exercise question number 3 as homework, guys. Please take this as homework. So guys, yes, that's all from my side. With this chapter, we come to end of this chapter, guys. So all those people, those who are watching this video, please do like the video, and please do subscribe my channel if you really like the video, and do forward this video to as many CA Foundation students as possible, right? So that will be a great gesture from all of you guys. So that's all from my side. I'll come up with a new video on a new topic very soon, guys. Until then, bye bye. See you. Take care.